No raindrops in the song and the beauty of it all. I wanna spend some time with you. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me a second. Oh, the hat is cute. It's almost like a disguise. It's almost like a whole disguise. This is so cute. Okay, we're not gonna do the glasses. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. Oh my god, my ears are sticking out like boop. And hey y'all, and welcome back to another video. I'm your girl Camille B, also known as Camille. Wait, no. Let's start that over. Hey y'all, it's your girl Camille B, also known as CamilleBlue, also known as that bitch, and I'm here to give y'all a little story time on how I was almost famous. It makes me upset just thinking about it. But how I was almost famous on Netflix show The Circle. So let's get into it. So it all started in, when did The Circle come out? 2019. It all started after season 1. After season 1, I was like, oh my gosh, I could be on this show. Like, I talk to myself all the time. Like, I could do this. Like, I love social media. I love talking to myself. I can be by myself for a long time. Like, I can do this. I love catfish. I know how to catfish people. Not saying I've done it, but like, I know how to do it. Like, and then my girlfriend at the time was like, that's corny. And I was like, yeah, that's corny, like whatever. But I did go online and I made an account with the casting website that The Circle was casting on. So I was like, okay, whatever. And so I didn't end up submitting the application because I just got way too self-conscious. I was like, oh my gosh, people are gonna know me and they're gonna look at me and I'm gonna have to move there and I'm still in school, and it was just all this stuff, all this BS, literally. So season 2 comes out and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could have been on this season. Like, this is a chance to win money. Like, this is money that could literally pay off all of my student loans. That's the only thing literally on the top of my head right now is my student loans. Like, if somebody just wants to give me 100K, like, that's all I need. Like, I have $80,000 in student loans. Oh, damn. If somebody just gave me 100K, I could do that. I could pay off my credit card and I could have some money to start my investments. So anyway, season 2 comes out. I'm like, I can do this. I'm doing this. So in April of 2020, I went on vacation and I wasn't having a good time at all. I was like, you know what? I'm so bored. I'm not having a good time. So I sat there in the bed and I filmed a casting video for myself, and this was the video. Alright, who am I in 1 minute? My name is Camille Blue, just like the color, not like the cheese. I love making TikTok videos about my trauma, and I love trauma comedy because that's all I know, because all I have is a lot of trauma. I smoke a lot of weed, but not this week. I'm on a cleanse. I'm currently on vacation with my ex, having a great time, sort of, kind of. I'm graduating in like a month, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with my life because I'm graduating with a dance degree, and who uses a dance degree in the middle of a pandemic? I don't know what's going on. I kind of like to cook. I was vegetarian, but now I'm pescatarian with the side of bacon, and I like to take a lot of pictures and I like to smile, and I'm a weirdo, and I'm really funny, and I'm weird funny, but I'm the cool weird. So yeah, I'm just a great person to be around, and my anxiety is like hi. Pick me. Okay, so I submitted the video that just played, and I was like, okay, whatever. About a month later, I'm not thinking anything of it, and I get this. Where's my phone? Where did my phone go? I get this phone call. Give me a second. I have to bring it up because I promised myself I would never delete the voicemail that this lady left for me, because I don't ever answer the phone on the first ring. I did answer this one from Haley from The Circle, and let you listen to it. Let me turn my phone up.
Hi, Camille. Camille. My name's Haley. I'm a casting producer working on The Circle. We got your application in, and I just wanted to chat with you a little bit more about the show. So give me a call back at this number whenever you're available. That's 540. Thanks. Bye.
When I say that was on May 4th, 2021. When I say I could have died in that moment. Like, I think I was literally sitting on my bed and I was listening to it. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be famous. Oh my God, I'm gonna be famous. I was like, this is my time. This is my time. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so boom, everything's set. I call her back. I'm like, hi, this is CamilleBlue. You just called me about casting for The Circle. And she was like, great. I'm gonna do a phone interview with you right now. I was like, okay. I was like, okay. And then she was just asking me like about myself, and she was asking me like my favorite color and where I lived. And I was like, yeah, my favorite color is purple. I live in New Jersey, but I'm from Delaware, but I'm in school in New Jersey. Like, I'm graduating in a couple weeks. She was like, oh my God, congratulations. I was like, yeah. Because, you know, your girl is degreed. And my diploma came in, and I just left from my parents' house. My diploma came in today, and I left my parents' house yesterday because I wanted to beat the snow. How about that? So I still won't even be able to see my diploma until I go back home. Well, back to my parents' house. This is my home. Anyway, back to the story. So yeah, so I was so excited, and she's like, okay, great. I'm definitely moving you on to the video interview with one of our producers. And I was like, video interview with the producer? Like, I'm getting closer and closer to being on the show. And she's like, yeah, like, start working on your strategy and start working on who you're going to play the game as, if you're going to play the game as yourself, or if you want to be a catfish or whatever. So I was like, what should I do? And at this point in May, I didn't really have the confidence that I have now. Like, I feel like if I was to reapply to the show, I would definitely reapply as myself and not as a catfish, because I feel like right now I'm just the person that I've always wanted to be, just confident and able to really be myself all the time. And in May, I was still trying to be this person that was just like this perfect person and try to be all professional and just have it all together. And I don't have that. I don't have it all together. I'm goofy, I'm funny, I'm crazy, I talk the way I talk, I act the way I act, I dress the way I dress. I really don't care what's going on around me. And I feel like I was not this person May 2020. So no, May 2021. May 2020 I wasn't this person either, but May 2021 I was getting close. I was just starting out my TikTok career. I think at that point I was like almost at like 10K or whatever. And I was like getting a touch of like who I wanted to be in front of the camera and who I wanted to be online and in person, and just trying to figure out just who I wanted to be. And yeah, so I think I'm going to reapply, guys, but I don't know. I might. I don't know. So anyway, so yeah, she's like, just start thinking about your strategy and everything, and you'll be okay. So I'm like, okay, great. So I'm sitting in my room and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have an interview on Monday. It's Thursday. I'm like, okay, I have all weekend to think about this. So my first initial thought was like, well, I have to be a catfish because I'm not pretty enough to be myself, and I don't think I have that great of a personality by myself because everyone always tells me how I'm annoying, right? So I was still in the mindset of my self-esteem was very low. And so I was like, okay, so what am I gonna do? So I was like, well, you can be a catfish. I was like, okay, so whose picture am I going to use? And at this time, I was still hopeful that me and my ex are going to get back together. I know that sounds crazy. And in May, I was talking to someone else, and she was telling me that it was maybe a good idea, but I'm pretty sure she wasn't that okay with it. But I was really okay with it because me and my ex at that time, we were still close friends. So I was like, well, I'll just use my ex's pictures because she's beautiful. And she is good looking. I honestly don't know what she looks like now. I have her blocked. She has me blocked. I honestly couldn't even tell you. Wow. The growth. But yeah, so I texted my ex and was like, hey. She was like, hey. I was like, I need pictures of you She was like, you don't have any pictures of me? We just broke up 3 months ago. I'm like, no, I deleted everything. I need pictures of you because I'm using your face for the circle. It was very much so like, I want to use your face for the circle. Like, let me do it, because she knew that I had wanted to be on the show originally. And I'm like, yeah, I have a chance. Whatever, I just need your clearance. I need pictures of you. So she sends me pictures of herself. I'm like, okay, great, this is perfect. I send them to the girl. I'm like, this is who I want to catfish as. And I'm like, I kind of want to take her persona, but I still want to use my name. But I just want to take why is my necklace not out? So I was like, I just want to use my name, but I'm going to use her persona, which is like the stud kind of persona. So be best friends with the guys, bros, but flirt with the girls. That's what my mindset was going for. So I was like, okay. So I sent everything to her. Boom, it's the day of the actual audition. I'm saying audition, I'm such a performer. So it's the day of the interview. Let me look this up. This was May 2021. So the interview was on May 10th. And let me show you just how excited I was. Look at this picture. Wait, let me remake the face. I was so excited. I didn't even, to me now, I look like a completely different person. But I just layered some necklaces on. I had on my gold hoops. These are my silver ones. I do need some new gold ones, by the way. So if you want to hook me up. But anyway, yeah, so I just had clear gloss on, mascara, my gold hoops, because I wanted to keep it nice and natural, nice and neutral, okay? I was still like low-key dyeing my hair blonde. My eyebrows weren't done. It was just a lot going on. If I did it again, I have such a different mind than I did then. So if I redid it, I would just do it all differently. But anyway, I had on like a beige kind of turtleneck tank crop top from Zara, and I kept it real neutral because I was like, okay, like this will work. So I kept it real neutral, and I was like, okay, like I got this. And then the interview comes and she's telling me stuff to say. She's like, okay, like tell us your name, your favorite color, where you're from. So I'm like, hi, my name is Camille. I'm 22. I currently live in New Jersey and I am a stay-at-home granddaughter. And she was like, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. She's like, okay, tell us what else you do. I'm like, well, in 3 weeks, I'm going to be getting a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Dance from Montclair State University. And then we were just going off like that. And so she was basically saying like, tell us your strategy. And I was like, my strategy is to use my ex-girlfriend's photos, be best friends with the guys, flirt with the girls, and make my alliances that way. And she was like, perfect. So in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna be on TV. Like, this is my jam. Like, this is my time. And she's like, what is your availability like? Oh, I'm like, after I graduate, I have nothing planned. I'm like, I have absolutely nothing planned. Like, I'm ready to go. June 12th is my graduation. I'm ready to go the 13th. Like I was ready to go, okay? And I was just so nervous, low-key. And my underarms was sweating. And I was like, I'm so glad this is on Zoom because these bad boys stink because I forgot to put deodorant on. Oh my God, this is the worst day of my life. So we're on the interview call and everything was going good. And she was like, okay, tell me the craziest thing that you've done. My mind goes blank. It literally, like, everything that I've ever done in my life just disappeared from my head. Like, it just disappeared. Like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do at all. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. You know the meme of SpongeBob where they're trying to put everything in the fire and then he's like, there's nothing in my head? That was me. Come on, baby, what's the name? That was an exact representation of that was an exact representation of what was going on in my head. So I'm like, all right. All right, you got this, Camille. Like, you got this, you got this, you got this. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? So backtrack, rewind. Back in January, me and my ex broke up. I was depressed. I went into Walgreens and I saw this security guard. And I was like, damn, security guard kind of fine. I'm like, okay. Hey, security guard, you want to secure me there? Like, you want to protect me? Okay. So I was like, okay, security guard, hey, girl. So I went up to her after the third time me walking in the store. Like, in and out, because I had to make sure she noticed me. And she did, because she was following me around the store. The store was empty. The store was empty. You knew I wasn't stealing. I know you want to... Okay. Yeah, I gave the security guard my business card because I'm a hairstylist. And I was like, hey, you ever want your braids redone? Holla at your girl. I was feeling real confident that day. I asked my close friends, like, what should I do? And they was like, go for it. I was like, bet. You know, I've only been single for a day, but why not? Like, why not? So I get the security guard's number. And then we hang out a few times. Throughout January and February, I was going back and forth to Delaware still because I still had hopes of getting back with my ex. That didn't happen. So I was like, okay. So we hang out, and turns out that she's like kind of a thug. I mean, I like him a little rough around the edges, but then she pulled out a gun and then she put it on the middle console, and I ain't never seen a real gun before, and I was a little scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. She started driving. She's like, I'm just gonna drive you to my car. But in my head, from all of the safety advertisements I've seen in school, you're not supposed to drive around with a gun in the car. Okay? Like, that's against the rules. I'm a rule follower, so I was like, okay. So yeah, that's the story I told is the wildest thing I've done. Getting driven to my parked car with a gun in the car. That's the wildest thing I've ever done. Are you serious, Camille? Are you serious? Are you dead ass? I could have told any story. Anything. I could have told the story about the wildest thing I ever did was going on vacation with my ex and me walking around Puerto Rico by myself with no car, no service on my phone. I could have said that. I literally could have said anything. I could have made up a story. And I said that. The disappointment that I had for myself, I was upset for 3 weeks after that. So then after that interview, I get an email. Well, the email before that interview was saying like, yeah, like just be yourself, be confident, show them who you are. And I knew from when I answered that question, she was like, this is exactly what she did, y'all. She said, wow. So that's the wildest thing you've ever done? Okay. She was like, okay, well, I think we got it. The Netflix producers, we're gonna work all this down, and we're gonna send it up to Netflix. So if you're a casting director and you're seeing this, my story has updated, okay? The wildest thing I ever did was go to Italy and Greece with 19 strangers for my birthday, and I had the freaking time of my life. And that's the wildest thing I've ever done. That's the wildest thing I've ever done. That's it. So, I could have even told the story about how I went to Spain when I was 18 after my freshman year of college. We went to study abroad for a week and a half. We met these guys from Morehouse in Atlanta, and we were walking around Sevilla, Spain with them, and I literally smoked weed on the street of Sevilla from these random boys from Morehouse, and I gave them €5 so I could put in for the joint. And I guess that could kind of be the wildest thing I've ever done, but yeah. Also, the wildest thing I could have ever done, I got in a car accident at 2:30 in the morning, and by 9 a.m. I was at the airport going to Colorado for a self-retreat, a solo trip. But that's besides the point. Technically, that happened after the interview, so I couldn't have said that because I can't predict the future. But anyway, yeah, after I answered that question, I knew it was over. I knew I wasn't getting on that show. And everybody kept asking me, oh my God, what happened with the interview? I said, nope, I didn't get it. I was like, I didn't get it. And then what happened? I saw the advertisements for season 3 of The Circle. I said, well, I guess it's over. I was so close. I was so close to being on The Circle, y'all. I was so close. I would be perfect on that show. If I was getting recasted now, I would ace that interview. I would ace the whole thing. Like, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? I know how you reality girls like to tussle. But listen, I'm ready to fight back, baby. Bow, bow, bow. I'm ready to fight back. I'm ready to fight back. First of all, I live my life like I'm on a reality show. I literally wake up thinking that a camera is pointing down at my face. I live every day like a camera is pointing at my face. I think I am Nene Leakes. Like, do you understand this? Maybe I'm Sheree. But do you understand this? Okay? I'm that girl. Kind of. And I feel like I deserve for the people to see my face. Which is why I started my YouTube channel back over. And I'm like, I've always been meant for this. I've been making videos since I was 13. Like... I still, to this day, I can't believe I fumbled that interview like that. But now I know. You live and you learn. Everything's okay. And I'm really glad that I fumbled that interview. Because after that, like weeks after that, I was like, was I really going to go on there as my ex-girlfriend? Did I really think that that was a good idea? Like, I really thought that was a good idea. I was really going to try to profit off of her face instead of profiting off of my own personality and off of my own face. Like, I'm freaking beautiful. It took me a while to say that, to come to that point. I used to not think that I was good looking at all, or that I was not a fun person. Like, I used to think very badly about myself. So, I say this to say, I was almost famous on The Circle. I was this close to being on season 3. But I go to say this. That's not the last time that those producers are going to see my face. Because I'm coming for you, Netflix. I'm coming for you. What you want me to put on, a British accent? I'll work on it for you. I'll work on it for you, babe. Babe. No, that's not an accent at all. But I'll work on it for you. What you want me to have, a country accent? I could do a country accent now. I got family down in West Virginia and I've been studying their accent for years, okay? And this is exactly how they talk. And I feel like it could come off real natural from me. And I feel like that's okay. That's really okay. I'm not really good at any other accent. I think I have the country accent down, but I feel like it needs just a little tweaking, which is okay. But yeah. That's the story about how I was almost famous. I was almost on The Circle. So, thank you for watching this story time. I'm going to go cry and think about how really I fumbled that interview. And, I just want to say, shout out to me. Because you did that shit. You really did that shit. And you're still a boss ass bitch. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And I didn't watch season 3 because I was so upset. I might go watch it now. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to tune in for more of me, Camille B, also known as CamilleBlue, also known as that bitch. Make sure to go ahead and listen to my podcast. New podcast episodes starting in February. Can I talk? Can I talk, Camille? Yeah, sure. You go ahead. New podcast episodes coming out in February. My podcast is called The Hot Box with Camille B, and yes, sometimes I got the tea. It's me, and I invite you into my personal hot box sessions. You get what I'm saying? You get the gist? You picking up what I'm putting down? Wonderful. Excellent. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure you can go and follow the TikTok. You can follow the Instagram. You can follow Twitter. You can like my pictures on Instagram. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can go listen to my podcast or whatever. I'm literally everywhere. But anyway, I'll see you guys on the next episode of me. Not too shabby. Okay, bye. And if you want to be spicy, let me me tell you this. Come here. Come here. I'm not saying that this is true. I'm not saying this is true. But I heard that if you click a button in the banner of my YouTube page, it might take you to another platform that I'm on. It's called OnlyBe. You didn't hear that from me. You didn't hear that from me.